My name is Pavlet, and this is Astro Singularity. So last night I got some photos of Orion, or photos of Orion Nebula, and video of Jupiter. So here is this. That's Jupiter right there. That's expansion. That's just my hard drive. Astro, Orion, and then that's the photos. That's all that fits. And then I think that's a video. Yeah, I think that's videos. Something like that. Okay. So I'm gonna post two different videos. This one is gonna be about Jupiter and how to edit planetary, or how I personally edit planetary images. So for starters, make sure you have your file here. This is it. Oh, why does it look like this? Not good. Oh, definitely not like this on my Mac. It's a bit odd. Just gonna open pip up. Okay, there we go. Yep, there it is. So pip is up. So these are all free softwares that you can get yourself. This is how I do it. It's probably better ways out there. This is how I personally do it. It's fairly easy. Does a pretty good job. Only this is my second time ever doing this. I did it first time on my most recent photos that I posted. But yeah, so open up pip, drag the file in, optimize options, press planetary or whatever you're doing. This is planetary input. Don't really need to touch anything in here. Processing options. Here, object detection. Auto, press detect, and if it's red, then it's detecting, or if it's red on Jupiter, it's detecting it. If not, you'll have to do it manually. And then cropped, so that is how the final image is gonna look, or like that's how cropped it is. I don't like that, so you can uncrop it a bit. You can go 1000 if you'd like. Test, still quite zoomed in. I like my photos being a bit more zoomed out personally. I feel like you just turn out better. 3000 is not bad. You can even go wider. I think I'll go 3000. So after you've set your crop and done that, you can just go through here. You don't really need to touch anything here. Make sure this is on AVI. That's a big thing for this. And then after that, just press start processing right here. And then it's going to start processing. And then as you can see right here, a pip file has opened up, which that is that video. It's going to just open up. Okay, so the processing is complete, and this is going to be my final video. So scene conditions weren't too bad, but where I am in Melbourne, there was some pretty bad fires in Geelong, and the smoke from there came and covered up last night. So like I could still see stars and so forth, but it was really hard to see Orion, like Orion belt and everything. And that's fairly easy to see from where I am, but it was really hard to see. You couldn't even see it sometimes. So scene conditions weren't the best at the end, but at the start they weren't too bad. But yeah, so it will open up a new folder. It will pop, like it'll open up the folder here. After that, you can close pip. We won't be needing that. And then next thing, auto stacker. That is the next tool that you will be needing for this. Open up auto stacker, like so. This will open up. Grab your pip video, drag and drop that into here, just like this. There's that. What you want to do now, place AP grid, and then you can also make it a bit smaller, a bit bigger, whatever you're in the mood for. I'm not too sure what it does, if I'm going to be honest with you. I just see everyone do it. So and after you've done that, you can by hand just go through all that. And then what you want to do now, analyze. Just let it analyze. It shouldn't take too long to analyze it all. There we are. It is analyzed. It shows the quality graph right here. I do 3 different ones, 15, 50, and 80. I let it do all of those. You can chuck in those settings as well. Drizzle, I personally turn that off. And then now all you have to do is press stack and let that stack. The last thing you will need is wave sharp. It's sort of like this other one. I forgot. It's made by the exact same people. When you search up Wave Sharp, it's made by the exact same people as Regisax. I prefer Wave Sharp myself. Well, I've never actually used Regisax to be honest with you. But yeah. So now, just open this back up. There we go. That should be done stacking now. So now when you go in that pip file, your stack images should be right here. And that is pretty good, not bad at all. It will give you 2 in each. And then what I like to do is just go through them all, just see which one I think's the best. Okay. If I'm going to be honest, most of the time they do turn out to be quite similar. I'm just going to pop them all side by side. You can zoom in a bit if you'd like. I think 80 or 50 turns out the best. We'll go for the 80. So now what you can do is you can close Auto Stacker and now open up Wave Sharp. Wave Sharp does take a bit to open up, I'm going to be honest. So when Wave Sharp is open, you want to drag and drop it in. But I have been giving this a shot a few times now, and it's honestly just not really working too well. So, alright, it's my image just really isn't turning out the best. So what I'm going to do. So once you open up Wave Sharp, you want to drag and drop your file. But I've tried a few times now. My files aren't really turning out the best for some reason. So I am gonna go for one of my older ones that I've done before. Oh, that's 50. I think it's this one. Actually, this one, my personal favorite one. Just drag and drop it in. So you can see the difference between, I'll open two up that one. So that's one from yesterday. And then the one from today. So you can see the difference with how clear it is. It's just, so it's a lot with how clear the skies are at night. So I'm just gonna do the tutorial in with this one so I can actually show you a bit better on like how to do this. Also sharpness, you can turn this all the way up if you'd like. So I'm gonna do, it also depends on your image as well, how yours turns out. But yeah, then denoise, you want to turn these on, and then you can just bump up the denoise it. So you can see how it's already turning out a lot nicer. It got a lot more detail out of it already. I believe that's a shadow from a moon right there. Just keep bumping up the denoise, about 300 on all of them, just like so. And then you can also go here and even make it even more sharper. So denoise. Mine's not gonna. Mine's gonna be about that zoomed in. That little dot there. So that's how it's looking so far. I think it's looking really nice. Just bump the denoise up a tad bit more. Just saying, you don't want to over denoise it because it'll make it too smooth and you won't be able to see anything. And then go here, recalculate the color. I mean, the color's already pretty spot on, but that color there is a bit nicer now. So you can make it darker, a bit more brighter, get the moons in there as well. That's a nice saturation. Like that's nice. vibrance, turn it down a bit. Nice, nice, nice. That's actually looking very good. I think it's turning out better than my original. I don't really mess with any of these. You can go with curves if you want. I don't really mess with it other than this one. This one I do like a bit. Tone map. Here we go. So it's quite like that. Put gamma to 0.75. Bias up to an 8. And then so you can see how it's just made a tad bit brighter around the outside. And you can bump it up and drop this down a bit as well. And then saturation as well, 2 if you want. I think it's, let's see. So that's without. That's with. And that's without. I think that has helped quite a bit with that one. Nice. Yeah. So I think that is a very stunning image. You can zoom out a bit, see how it's gonna, I don't know, you can zoom in, I meant. You can get a bit of a close up right there, so forth. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then just save it. Final Jupiter. Hashtag 2. Okay, save it. Jupiter, here we go. So this is that one that I've just done, and this is the original one that I edited yesterday. So they are quite similar. This one's just a bit more wider. I think this one did turn out a bit nicer overall. So it's just some. So that's how this one turns out today, and then that is how you edit. I'll process the whole processing of Jupiter or any planets. That is what you can end up with if you get a good photo with good scene conditions. Without good scene conditions, that is fortunately what you will be able to see, or if you just didn't get really lucky with how it all turns out. But yeah, that is the video. Next one will be me processing Orion Nebula, attempting to process it at least. So I'll probably be watching tutorials during that. But yeah, this is Astro Singularity and clear skies.